Good morning, everyone. This is T. Fletcher. It is 2:53 in California, 2:53 a.m. in California, and I'm happy to be back. Oh man, I am hearing so many things, so there's a lot of things to unpack. But I wanted to show you that video because that was the first official tour as a couple, Prince Harry and Princess Meghan, when they visited Australia, Fiji, Tonga, and New Zealand. And the tour was an extreme success. And according to Prince Harry, it was after that tour that's when things changed between the Sussexes and at that time the Cambridges. But before I get into more of that, I have been hearing things. I've been hearing things such as an assistant who worked for Kate for 15 years left, stepped down, and once she stepped down, her Instagram that was once private is now public. And now that it's public, I'll let the girls tell you what's going on.
Guys, I'm in the middle of nowhere. As a Meghan Sussex and Prince Harry's fan, I had to come out of my hiding to give you this news. It's been reported that Kate Middleton's stylist has been following Meghan on Instagram. I mean, it makes so much sense why Kate seems to be wearing every single thing that Meghan is wearing. She seems to be up a game since Meghan came on the scene. And Kate is just sometimes she's just not boring. She actually dressed fashionable. It all makes sense now because her stylist was basically following everything Meghan does, copying Meghan's style and giving it to Kate. That is juicy news. I mean, really? Well, I heard she's fired. I wonder why she got fired. Maybe Kate might go back to being boring again. But wow, that's insane.
Now, I try to stay as factual as possible, but the pictures that she was showing, yes, Kate is a copycat, but that jumpsuit where Kate was wearing a dress and it was white on top and black on the bottom. She wore that before Meghan wore her jumpsuit that was white on the top, black on the bottom, but Meghan added a little pizzazz because in the back, it was strapless, and she was able to tie or tighten her jumpsuit from the back. So um, actually, Kate actually wore that dress before Meghan wore the jumpsuit. So let's listen to someone else talking about this situation.
So a lot of you are going to be mad at me for bringing this up, but this is a teachable moment, so fall back. This right here, Natasha Archer Jackson being exposed for following all of Meghan's closest of friends and confidants. This is not anything endearing. We are not going to celebrate this. This is sick, deplorable behavior. This was a mission from day one, and it worked. Because now you got Elizabeth Holmes acting like Kate's some great fashion icon after stealing and co-opting Meghan's style for years. Courtesy of Natasha. You know why Natasha's leaving? There's nothing else to do. She served her purpose. She got Kate this undeserved fucking title. She's up. And people are falling for it. Even some so-called pro-Meghan accounts who have the nerve to say that Kate had her Dior moment just like Meghan and just like Diana. Oh man, you are so fucking wrong in that department. When did Dior take out their typewriter and type how proud they were to custom make something for Kate? Let me know when that happened and we can talk about moments. But back to this shit. I was trying not to curse, but oops. This is some sick behavior. And I think the thing that's really not sitting well with me is that I know how Meghan met a few of these women, and she met them at her lowest. So they saw her tears, they felt her tension and her stress, they cradled her. And Natasha is stalking them so that she can see if there's a fashionable moment that she can take from their page and stick it on Kate. And now we're talking about fashion warrants. We are? Hey, if you're any fashion house that Kate wants to shout out, you all better check your insurance because she's actually bad for business. Ask all the companies who had to shut their doors, liquidate, go bankrupt because of her likeness. You don't believe me? Look it up. But this is gross behavior. And this goes with everything that we've been saying, Black women, about how we're gaslit every day about ourselves. We're called ugly. We're called undesirable. We're called tacky and loud. But then we see everything, our sex appeal, our allure, on somebody else. Somebody else can mock it and get celebrated for it. And it makes you want to cry, but it also makes you want to push harder, doesn't it? Yeah.
But you know what? If you think about it, I'm not a royalist. I am a Meghan or Harry and Meghan supporter. And I also supported Diana, although I was a little girl. My mother loved Diana, and so did I. But this has been going on for a long time. Look at how, almost called that woman Camilla, but look at how Camilla is. She's wearing that Diana's Dior bag. She, I mean, and that date back in, I think it was 96, 97, or maybe before, when uh, Prince Charles at the time and Diana, the Princess of Wales, they had announced that they were separating or they were divorcing. I'm not sure. And then Diana stepped out in that beautiful black dress. And then you see Camilla trying to um, duplicate the dress. They've been doing this. And of course, well, when Meghan stepped on the scene, I do know this, when Meghan stepped on the scene, she was like a rock star when after she married Prince Harry. There was so, I mean, and then she walked in just serving. She was a boss. She was helping people. She was being part of charities that was thriving. She was putting together what is that, smart works, and helping people make food to gain money so that they can survive. She was at dog shelters and helping them, and she was helping people in the theater, and just so many different things. It's 2:30 or 3 o'clock, and I'm tired, but I want to talk about this because it's crazy. It's obvious that Kate has been copying Meghan, but the British media and the tabloids, all they want to do is talk negative about a woman that they are idling. There is something about Meghan that they can't get enough of. Now, most people would say, well, her name generates all this money and da 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 da. No, there's more to it. And in my opinion, I believe that they are afraid of her and they idolize her. But then they can't say anything because that would make the British family look bad. There was another lady who talked about this copycat or Kate's ex stylist or assistant following Meghan and her friends in just creepy behavior.
And oops, looks like the bloggers caught a hold to the social media chatter surrounding Natasha Archer's newly publicized dang on followers list that she started shrinking now that she saw that we saw who she was following. But instead of me running off at the lips, let's see what Feminagra had to say about this article entitled, "Did Kate Middleton's stylist follow Meghan's friends? Alleged Instagram activity fuels copycat accusations." Let's dig in. For years, royal watchers have debated whether Kate Middleton has been copying Meghan Sussex's wardrobe. Social media timelines filled with side-by-side images. Commentators flagged repeated overlaps in style, tone, and presentation. The palace stayed silent. The press framed it as a coincidence. But now, an Instagram account allegedly belonging to Kate's longtime stylist may have pulled back the curtain. After news broke that Natasha Archer was leaving the royal household, an Instagram account believed to be hers switched from private to public. What followers noticed was striking. The account followed not only fashion pages tied to Meghan's style, but also several of Meghan's actual friends and collaborators. While the account's identity has not been officially verified, the overlap with Archer's known associations has fueled widespread speculation. And for those tracking fashion similarities, it feels like confirmation. Natasha Archer joined the royal household in 2010 and helped build what became known as the so-called Kate effect. She styled Kate through a decade of high-profile events, foreign tours, and photo ops. Archer guided Kate from her early years as William's fiancée to her role as mother of a future king. Her eye for conservative polish and British heritage brands became a template for modern royal dressing. By 2022, Archer's role expanded well beyond fashion. She became the senior private executive assistant to both William and Kate, managing not only wardrobe, but also calendars and event planning. She was deeply involved in every aspect of their public image. Her contributions earned her a Royal Victoria Order for personal service to the crown. Her departure in 2025 marked the end of a tightly controlled era in the Wales household. But Archer's influence extended further than Kensington Palace admitted. According to Finding Freedom, royal aides said Meghan's arrival felt like a rocket and prompted major shifts. Her fashion also began to shift. Gone were the coat dresses and tights. In came pantsuits, structured tailoring, and monochrome neutrals. The evolution looked familiar. It looked like Meghan. When Archer unlocked her Instagram account, users quickly noticed something odd. She wasn't just following royal commentators or general fashion pages. Archer followed at what Meghan wore, a fan archive dedicated to Meghan Sussex's outfits. She also followed Daniel Martin, Abigail Spencer, Mandana Dayani, Delphina Beckler, and Heather Dorick. These aren't just names. They are Meghan's real-life friends. Fans have always suspected the royal household paid close attention to Meghan's every move. Archer's Instagram follows prove it. To observers, this didn't look like casual interest. It looked like research. The same people who helped Meghan craft her personal style were being watched closely by the woman responsible for curating Kate's image. That matters because it shows the fashion shift wasn't just inspired, it was informed. Archer's timeline, once private, revealed the very sources that may have guided Kate's updated style. This is how modern image making works. Stylists track trends, monitor feedback, and adapt accordingly. But when that adaptation directly mirrors someone else's signature look, it becomes something else entirely. Meghan wore a white pantsuit, and Kate would then wear an almost identical look sometime later. Meghan paired camel tones with a modern tailoring in early 2020. Kate followed with the same palette and silhouettes not long after. Meghan styled wide-leg trousers, sleek belts, and dark turtlenecks. Kate picked up the formula and wore it to school visits and charity events. Even in evening wear, the parallels hold. Meghan wore a turquoise one-shoulder gown by Christopher John Rogers to the NAACP Image Awards. Kate appeared in a near match 1 year later at Eurovision presentation. Meghan was mocked for her low buns and structured fascinators. Kate adopted both and the media applauded her for the same hairstyle.
That is crazy. I mean, this is something that we've been knowing, but I'm happy that when Natasha stepped down or back or whatever, she's been exposed. She's been exposed for following and lurking on social media and following everything Meghan. Anything that's associated to Meghan, she was following and they were copying. That's giving single white female. That's giving single white female. But hey, you know, what did Meghan say when she was on Emma Greed's podcast? She said that it was flattery, that, it's flattering that people are copying her. But instead of the British media talking about it, because that is something to talk about, they're talking about Meghan and her wine. And they wrote an article today saying something, that the wine was terrible or whatever. But we all know, I mean, they've been doing this since Meghan stepped on the scene. I mean, she was an actress and a philanthropist before becoming a senior royal, but before she actually blew up to this global icon status. It's crazy. But guess what? While they're following her, Meghan is doing her thing, She's now got 4 million followers, and I'm going to let this lady talk to you about that.
Yo, is this for real? 4 million. 4 million followers since January of this year. So it's been 6 months. 6 months. And this woman, she has gained 4 million followers organically. Like, how insane is that? Like, we're so happy for her. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine in a few years? They are in for a treat because my girl, Miss Meghan Sussex, is just going to continue to grow and grow. And there's nothing they can do about it. That's a beauty. Like, she got them all by the balls, basically. 4 million followers. Wow. Well done, Meghan. Well done.
And guess what? The rosé wine has shipped and people, they are getting their wine. So I'm going to let you see a couple of videos.
Guys, the review for the As Ever wine has started to come in. We have the first review, so far so good, from InStyle, and there's no surprise there. There's no shocker there. We knew the wine would be worth every penny of that $30. So all I can say to those of you who managed to get your hands on it, enjoy, and hopefully those of us
enjoy. And I'm still hating on the fact that I was unable to purchase that wine. Oh, man. But I'm happy for everyone else. And I hope I see more videos because I would love to just hear all the reviews about the rosé wine. But while other people are saying positive things about it, there's always a hater.
Morning, friends. Happy Friday. How are you doing? It's going to be a very hot day in the UK today, but the hottest weekend of the year so far. Cannot wait. Get to the point, Martin. Are you starting to wonder why Meghan's wine is really, really unloved by UK digital media? And actually, this story is all from the Daily Mail. It's recent. It happened in the last 4 hours, explaining how Meghan's wine seems beautifully packaged, but it's bitter, it's average, it's the type of stuff you get served at a work's Christmas party, and it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. It's because stories like this about Kate Middleton's previous business ventures, which were buried by Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, the press at the time, are starting to re-emerge. I failed in business. It's absolutely painful. I failed, but I didn't have unlimited time, resources, staff, people, and I didn't have any of the connections that the British non-working royal family have, unlike Kate. And news like this, which was secretly buried when she's tried to do things, obviously incenses Charles and Camilla and the rest of the crew. It's re-emerging. The press are told, Kate's looking bad. You need to make Meghan look worse. Meghan is a ridiculously successful businesswoman, actor, actress, prolific investor in other companies. Nothing you can say about this lady is going to make her look bad. Comments are open as ever. Have a brilliant Friday. Let me know what you think.
Well, the reason why that article is printed about her wine, because they know that the wine has been shipped, and the Sussex squad or other people who have purchased the wine, they are going to go off. They are going to show out, and it's going to be lovely. So they had to write that. And not only that, there was a lot of stuff that went on during that state visit that just didn't look right at all. And did you guys see Camilla and Kate? They were both wearing Dior. And they were like, okay, so the state dinner, all eyes is going to be on us. And you know how it is. You know how women are. And we're going to step out and all people are going to be like, what is she wearing? Is that Dior? Is this what? Da, 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 da. No, people was talking about them. Everything about it was just fake. And then there were medals and stripes and all these different types of clothing that they were wearing that I didn't understand. So I'm going to let other people explain this stuff to you. One moment.
Royal fashion or regal costume? Let's talk about the looks. Because while the headlines screamed stunning, my jaw stayed firmly in place. First up, the Dior. Yes, I understand the intention. A vintage French silhouette, a diplomatic nod to Christian Dior, and a soft, demure palette that whispers, I'm approachable. But honestly, it feels more costume design than couture. The blush color is aging against her skin tone, almost antique, and the structure of the outfit, paired with the hat and pearls, makes it look like she's filming a scene from the Princess Diaries Regency edition. It's not offensive. It's just forgettable. The kind of outfit you politely compliment and immediately erase from your memory. Pretty? Yes. But striking? Not at all. Then there's the red Sarah Burton Givenchy gown. This one definitely stepped things up. The color is bold, the cape adds drama, and the tiara delivers classic queen-in-waiting energy. But am I the only one getting deja vu? That's because we've basically seen this before. It's nearly identical to the Jenny Packham gown she wore to the 2022 Diplomatic Corps reception. The silhouette, the neckline, the royal sash, all copy and paste. It's a beautiful look, no doubt. But again, nothing groundbreaking. It's the kind of gown that knows the cameras are there and plays it safe, elegant, and utterly predictable. Let's be real. Neither of these looks are jaw-dropping. They're polished, they're diplomatic, they're expensive, but they're not memorable. They don't surprise, they don't evolve. They look like an outfit written into a script, not lived in. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if I saw Julie Andrews enter stage left and announce Kate as the next Princess of Genovia, because this isn't royal fashion, it's regal theater.
Well, I didn't think Kate's outfit was horrible. I thought her hair was. It was a lot of hair. It was hair on top of hair on top of hair on top of hair with that hat on top. It just wasn't giving. But the outfit, it wasn't horrible. It was just outdated. Let's go to the next video.
The Emperor and the King. While King Charles of the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and of his other realms and territories was hosting the French president, the President of Mongolia and First Lady was hosting the Emperor and Empress of Japan. And watching both of these state occasions, one is stuffy, one was filled with love and talent. It looks like there was a bit of drama within the British state banquet. Let's talk about the Japanese Emperor. The Emperor is a very accomplished violist, not to be confused with violinist, because I know somebody's going to try to correct me in the comments, and you're wrong, and gave a stunning performance last night. Yes, amongst the commoners. I know, the Emperor of Japan. King Charles would never. I love these two. The way Her Imperial Majesty, the Empress, looks at her husband as he is playing, and her beautiful, stunning kimono. This is the only shot I could get for now that shows the full length of her kimono. Tell me that is not love. Tell me that is not admiration for your talented husband. On to the French state banquet. It's French, it's stuffy, it's at Windsor Castle. This is who we have to work with. Something I found interesting though. It seems all the ladies got the memo to wear white. I can't think of the name, but Sophie's sleeves is giving very traditional Filipina dress. I can't think of the name of the dress. If you're Filipina, put that in the comments. Even Camilla wore white. But you know who did not wear white? Catherine Wales. She wore red. And something royally effed up pointed out, good catch, girl, William is not in his Windsor uniform. And neither was the Duke of Gloucester. Edward was in his Windsor uniform. Charles was in his Windsor uniform. But going back to Catherine in red, maybe it was a sign to create the colors of the French flag. But if anyone wore red, I would assume it would have been the Queen, Camilla. And Catherine and the other ladies would have worn white because the First Lady wore blue, which makes sense. I do love this gown though. With no comparison to the French president, the president of Mongolia thoroughly enjoyed the performance by Emperor Naruhito. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a state banquet for the King of the United Kingdom and the Emperor of Japan. Mwah. Bye.
That was a good video. And the next video that I'm going to show you is also a good video. It's very thorough, and he's talking about their tiaras and what all those medals and everything, what it means. So one moment.
It seems Queen Camilla has upset a few people over on social media. Let me tell you why. So basically, I've calmed down slightly after seeing HRH Princess of Wales at tonight's banquet at Windsor Castle for President Macron and his wife, the state visit from France. But let's talk about the other women, the other royal women who were in attendance at the banquet. That's actually happening right now. We're at 10 p.m. on Tuesday, the 8th of July. Now, Queen Camilla, as you can see, she looks great. She's wearing a nice white dress. You know how I feel about her fashion. Let's talk about, well, I'm going to talk about her jewels because they are phenomenal. But you can see that she's only wearing one family order, and that is the order of King Charles III. What the other women are wearing is the family order of King Charles III and also the family order of the late Queen Elizabeth II. Why is Queen Camilla not wearing the second family order of the late Queen Elizabeth? Why? We want to know. We want answers. Let's just talk about the jewels because, oh my goodness, are they stunning. Oh, sorry. Okay, gasped again. I just love seeing a coloured jewel. I think that's what gets me the most. Emeralds are my favourite. This Belgian sapphire tiara is actually the parure, which belonged to the late Queen Elizabeth. It was a gift from her father, King George VI. She is wearing basically the full parure, basically. She's wearing the tiara, the earrings, and the necklace. Can you just imagine, firstly, the heaviness and the weight. Secondly, I'm obsessed with how much they cost. One sec. So I've just Googled it very quickly. And apparently the estimate for the tiara alone is $6.8 million. Oh my God. Okay, let's rattle through some of the other ladies from tonight's state banquet. This is obviously Princess Anne. She looks lovely, as always. She is wearing a Maureen Baker dress that she actually wore for a photo shoot for her 70th birthday. You can see that she's wearing the family orders. So the top one is King Charles and the yellow one underneath is the late Queen Elizabeth. And she's wearing her gorgeous festoon tiara. Next, we've got HRH, Duchess of Edinburgh. She is wearing this lovely Susanna dress. It's actually got, I think, embroidered or textured all over it. It's really stunning. And also, she's also wearing the two family orders. You can see King Charles III at the top, Queen Elizabeth II at the bottom. I should have just added here at this point that you can see a pattern with the white. Obviously, it's white tie, but you can see the white, the blue and the red. That symbolises, obviously, the French flag. Queen Camilla was the same. She was obviously wearing the sapphires, which are blue in the crown, in the tiara, the white dress. Also, just to mention, Prince Edward and also most of the men at the state banquet, apart from Prince William, which was, there must be a reason why, they're all wearing the Windsor suit, which is a specific style of suit. There's a white tie option which they're wearing now, and there's a black tie version, and it's actually a very smart look, one that I approve, because I don't love men's suits in general, but this one's a good one. And then we've got the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester. The Duchess of Gloucester, she looks absolutely amazing. I'd just like to add that she's wearing her two family orders, as you can see. So the four other royal women are wearing their two family orders apart from the Queen. So Queen Camilla is not. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. So the Duchess of Gloucester is wearing the tech turquoise tiara and Queen Mary's turquoise fringe necklace that apparently hasn't been seen in decades, but love the blue kind of like element here. Can't see any red on her. Anyway, the turquoise tiara is absolutely stunning, I've got to say, and the fringe necklace is gorgeous. And I just thought I'd add this in very quickly. So here's a picture of, obviously, Camilla, King Charles, President Macron, and Lady Macron. That's not her name. Bridget Macron. This blue dress is quite stunning, don't you think? Although it doesn't give her much neck. She looks a bit like squished at the neck. But this is actually a dress that HRH, Princess of Wales, would definitely wear. And there we go. There we have the other women attending the royal state banquet tonight at Windsor.
I think Macron, whatever her last name, Bridget Macron, I think she looked better than all of them, because the rest of them, they looked like stuffed mummies to me. They looked outdated. I don't give a darn how much jewelry they had on. I don't give a darn how much the jewelry cost. It's outdated. And it's not, well, the gentleman was like, this is beautiful, whatever, whatever. It wasn't beautiful to me. It looked, I mean, it's 2025. And that is the reason why the British media are writing hate pieces. And they continue to smear Meghan. But while they're smearing, I'm getting tongue-tied, while they're smearing her, she is out here making boss moves. And she's like, you can say whatever it is you want to say about me. I'm going to continue to thrive. I got to continue to be positive. I can't be negative. I cannot focus on what you guys are talking about over there. And you know what? I have a video of Diana Ross talking about that. This is a boss minded type, people who are high in businesses or whatever, or they're high achievers, and there's nothing wrong with being a high achiever. They can't think simple-minded. They can't think negatively. They have to be positive in order to succeed. So I'll let Diana Ross start it off. Every time I create a positive thought in my mind, also I create a negative thought. It's just like, I'm going to be very successful. My mind said, oh, no, you're not, Okay, so since I create positive and negative, it's which one I give the most attention that is powerful. When I think positive constantly,
It's very powerful and it controls me. If I think negative all the time, it's going to control me too. So right now, my positive thought is there is going to be no disaster to destroy what I have planned for me and my family. And if there is, that's life.
In the church, can we get an amen? And that is so true. And Meghan said something similar to that too when she was on Emma Greed's podcast.
I do not think about failing. No.
You're not scared of failing.
Is anything actually a failure ultimately? Because you're going to learn from it no matter what happens. But no, I feel confident in what I've been dreaming up for so long. I feel confident in the partner that I have. And I feel really proud of the team that I have. So that's not an option.
It's not an option.
My faith is greater than my fear. I believe in myself. I believe in the team around me. I believe in our potential for success. And is that the same metric that someone else is putting on it? No. For me, it would have been a huge success and not a failure if I was selling my homemade jams at farmers market. And I'd gotten a cottage license. I applied for that in the county of Santa Barbara, where you can literally go and make the goods in your home and sell them. That would have been a success for me. So someone else's sense of what that looks like is not necessarily what mine is.
And that is the reason why she is thriving. And that's the reason why people over there across the pond, they're looking the way they're looking. They look miserable. And I'm not hating on them. I wish them the best. But I also wish that they leave Meghan alone, because that young girl who wanted to conquer the world is a duchess and a princess, and she's married to a prince. So I'm going to end my podcast with Meghan just being Meghan as a teenager. And I hope you all have a good day. Bye. Hey, her voice is actually nice. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe so that I can make more videos and my videos can get out there where the algorithm is, they're showing my videos. Because whenever you click on Meghan Markle or Meghan, you're going to see hate channels. And this is not a hate channel. So bye, everyone.